Hi guys, welcome back to another reactions video. Last week, Angelina reacted to my Premier League predictions. And this week, I'm going to do the same to her. This is really exciting. I have not watched it. I have no idea what her predictions are after the weekend's football. So let's dive straight into it.
Angelina here. We have got 10 Premier League games on the horizon this weekend. So let's take a look at them and see what predictions I have given these games. So first up, we have got Arsenal against Newcastle United. Now, prior to the Liverpool loss, Arsenal were actually doing all right. Very strange considering when you think about the start of the season. Newcastle United did manage to get that draw against Brentford, but in their last 5 Premier League meetings, Newcastle have not actually managed to find the back
I feel like Angelina's going to start with a good one here. I think she's on the ball.
of the net against Arsenal. I can't really see Arteta losing this one. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has scored quite a few goals against Newcastle over the years. So yeah, I think that this will be pretty plain and simple for Arsenal. I can't see how Newcastle could test them. Maybe Newcastle will be able to find the back of the net and get 1 goal, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with an Arsenal victory, 3-1 on that one.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It finished 2-0 to Arsenal. She got the correct goal difference, correct result, not the correct score. That's a pretty good prediction.
Okay, so next up we have got Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Of course, Villa got that win under Steven Gerrard. They'll probably be looking to continue that. But, you know, Crystal Palace have had some really good form recently, you know, without a defeat in their last 7 Premier League matches. And do I think Aston Villa can change this? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Head-to-head, I think Palace have won 7 games, Villa have won 6, so there's not too much between them. You know, both got goal scorers within their teams, but yeah, I just think going off Palace's form, maybe Steven Gerrard will have to deal with his first loss as Aston Villa manager. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Palace on that one.
Oh, that was actually not too ridiculous. I can see why she say it. There's no harm in that one. No foul play. Aston Villa did win 2-1, so they reversed the scoreline. Yeah, that's not so outrageous. God, I'm looking forward to this Manchester United one.
Next, we have got Liverpool against Southampton. Now, Liverpool were maybe not their best in the Champions League in the week, but
Before we do this Liverpool-Southampton one, I just want to call out everyone who said I was so ridiculous for suggesting that Liverpool would beat Arsenal last week 3-0. Everyone was like, Matt, you just hate Arsenal, that's why you're saying 3-0. And I was like, no, because Liverpool are really good at home and Arsenal are terrible at Anfield. That's why I suggested it. And they won 4-0 and I felt very vindicated. I just wasn't here last Monday to say how proud I was about my prediction. But anyway, we'll move on with Liverpool-Southampton.
They've still got a win and they're still a brilliant team. So I don't think Southampton will be causing them too many problems. And then when you consider the form that Mo Salah is in, there's going to be some goals from Liverpool, 100%. Now, Southampton, you know, will want to maybe try and respond after that defeat against Norwich, but I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy. Now, they did actually, to be fair, Southampton did beat Liverpool in January, but this is a much more improved Liverpool team because, of course, back in January they had more defensive issues, etc., injuries. So yeah, I think this will be light work for Liverpool, and I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for them. Standard.
You don't want to say 4-0. No one predicts 4-0. That's a bit harsh on another team. 2-0 seems a bit light considering Liverpool's attack. Yeah, 3-0's completely. It was 4-0, by the way. But that's a completely reasonable suggestion.
Okay, we've now got Norwich against Wolves. Both teams got wins last weekend that I'm sure they will want to build on. Norwich are actually targeting their first hat-trick of wins in the Premier League for 9 years.
That is astonishing. It's astonishing they're even close to getting 3 wins in the Premier League, but there we go.
9 years. I don't think they're going to do it. I'm sorry, Norwich fans, but I don't think you're going to do this. Whilst Wolves have not been completely consistent with their performances, I do feel like they have got enough quality to get a win over Norwich, just putting it plain and simple. So yeah, 2-0 victory I'm going to predict.
That was ballsy because Wolves have, maybe. I don't know. I would have said in hindsight 1-0 maybe, but 2-0 was a bit much. God, it was 0-0. There's nothing that screams last on match of the day more than that.
Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, so next we have got Brighton against Leeds United. Now, both teams did lose.
This is another
at the
0-0.
weekend, so they'll probably both be wanting to try and get a win, but Brighton did actually manage to do the double on Leeds last season, and that was a Leeds United team that you could argue were a lot better than the one that we're watching right now at the moment. So maybe Brighton could get something from this game, but then you do have to consider that Brighton haven't won a game in the league since September. So I feel like this could be an opportunity for Leeds to take a...
Hold on. Brighton hadn't won a game since September. Jesus Christ. People are talking about Graham Potter for England manager.
Looking at their form, I'm going to go with a draw for this one. I think we could have a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this fixture.
Go for a draw. She's got a draw right. It was finishing 2-2. I have realised, and this would be very odd, nobody ever predicts a 0-0. Because why would you? You're basically saying that this game of football of the weekend will be boring. Like, it would take a very sort of... You'd be pretty ambitious and pretty confident in your predicting to suggest a 0-0. So I don't blame anyone for never getting a 0-0 right, but yeah, 2-2 is actually kind of way off.
Fixture. Next, we have got Brentford against Everton. This is the first meeting between these two teams since a League Cup match back in 2010, which Brentford actually ended up winning on penalties. The pressure is on for both of these teams. Their form has been pretty terrible of late. Everton have only scored 1 goal in their last 3 Premier League fixtures, and no side have actually conceded more Premier League goals, I think, in the first half of matches this season than Brentford. So maybe this could be an opportunity for Everton to get a goal, but I don't know. I've got a feeling that this one could end up just being a 0-0 fixture. Both are struggling, both may not be able to...
I swear to God, I have not seen this video, and I've just given you a whole minute saying nobody predicts a 0-0. That's just stupid, and I think she's going to do it.
May not be able to, get what they need out of the game, so yeah, I'm going to go with 0-0.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Angelina, fair play. Here's me saying nobody's that ridiculous to predict a 0-0. She did it, and it didn't finish 0-0. It was 1-0 to Brentford. I'm astonished. That was brilliant.
Now we have got
someone actually did
Burnley against Tottenham Hotspur. Burnley only 1 win in their last 5. Of course, Tottenham managed to turn things around and get that victory over Leeds United. Surely, we have got to see a Harry Kane goal. We've got to see a Harry Kane goal. He scored a goal in their last...
This is where she really flips the script and say, I predict Burnley-Tottenham will be postponed due to snow. If she gets this right...
Game against Burnley, which was a 4-0 victory. So surely this has got to be the moment.
I admire the confidence in Harry Kane.
I'm feeling confident about Spurs going into this game. And yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for them. And like I say, Harry Kane has got to be on that score sheet.
She predicted that the match would go ahead. How silly. Yeah, obviously that game was postponed. So Tottenham-Burnley will be going on at some other time due to lots of snow in that area. So 2-0, I would have taken that. It's a one weekend that Spurs haven't ruined for me. So...
Now we got Leicester against Watford. Listen, Watford are going to be on a high after that Man United win. They will be feeling like absolute kings. Leicester, on the other hand, probably still licking their wounds after they lost to Chelsea. The thing is, without being too disrespectful to Man United, but I don't think Leicester are going to be as terrible as Man United were against Watford. So I don't think there'll be as many opportunities for Watford to take advantage, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm still feeling pretty confident with Leicester because you look at the abilities that they've got on the pitch. Unfortunately, you look at Watford and minus that Man United game, things haven't been great. So I'm actually going to go with a 1-0 win for Leicester on that one, yes.
She got a Leicester result right. That's not terrible predicting Leicester. But 4-2 was the final scoreline. That's absolutely mad. I think Watford, those freak wins that they get will be infrequent, and that's fine for them. I don't think they're strong enough to put together a serious run of form, like sort of 3-4 games unbeaten. But yeah, if they can pick up 1 win in every 3, even if they lose the other 2 or draw 1 and lose 1, I think they'll be okay. But yeah, again, scoring 2 goals away from home isn't actually that bad. Like, they're getting goals, it's just defensively they look quite leaky. But that was, yeah, that's not so bad.
And now we have got Manchester City against West Ham. Prior to the loss last weekend, West Ham were on absolute fire. They are looking so good, with David Moyes, with this great team. But Manchester City's an even better team. They beat PSG in the week. They didn't have Phil Foden, they didn't have Kevin De Bruyne, they didn't have Jack Grealish. They may not have those players for this upcoming game. For other teams, you'd be a little bit worried, but for Manchester City, it's no problem. I think they'll still manage to be able to, get what they need out of the game. But on the other hand, thinking about it, West Ham have been so good. We have seen Manchester City slip up every now and then. So could West Ham surprise us? And this is not me trying to be a hater towards Manchester City.
It is. Big hater.
Maybe West Ham could surprise. I don't think West Ham will win, but maybe we could see a draw. I'm probably going to be shooting myself in the foot here with this, but I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, but I feel like West Ham will get like a late minute goal to get the draw. That's what I'm going to go with.
That's actually quite accurate. West Ham are tough to beat. They did get a last minute goal, but it was for 2-1, not for 2-2. Yeah, maybe there was a tinge of hope in the Manchester United fan that City would drop points. But actually, she's got it spot on. That's a pretty good prediction. Obviously, only one goal off.
And finally, last but by no means least, we have got Chelsea
Man United.
Manchester United. Chelsea, there are rumours that Ben Chilwell's going to be out, N'Golo Kante. Kante probably more of the worry out of the two. But again, this is a phenomenal side and an extremely defensively strong side. Manchester United, on the other hand, are definitely not defensively strong. They've got no Raphael Varane, they've got no Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw is injured, Paul Pogba's out, they've got no manager, it's Michael Carrick at the helm. This could be an absolute shambles again for Man United, and I am very concerned. Maybe, even though Chelsea is so defensively strong, maybe I'll try and let United get one goal maybe, but this could be a bit of a thrashing, and it pains me, but I'm going to have to go with a 4-1 victory to Chelsea. And yeah, it's going to be very painful for me to watch, but it's a brilliant Chelsea team and it really would not surprise me. But
wow, that's like a full battering of your own team. Well, okay, let's break this down. It finished 1-1. I'm sure you all know that by now. Chelsea, Manchester United. In hindsight, because obviously we're looking back on this, yes, it's a way off prediction, 1-1 compared to 4-1, but Angelina has given the perfect reasons as to why it would have been a 4-1. United were absolutely terrible against Watford, conceding 4. They do not have a manager, they had loads of injuries, and Chelsea were on brilliant form. So it's completely conceivable to think that Chelsea would absolutely smash Manchester United. So yeah, that one makes sense beforehand. Obviously after it looks a bit ridiculous in hindsight and this, that and the other. But okay, maybe 4's a bit much, maybe 3-1. That would have been... Oh, Chelsea tore apart Leicester as well. That seems like a legitimate scoreline when you consider their form going into the game. But Manchester United, actually after the victory at Villarreal as well in the Champions League, have obviously picked up a bit of steam. And yeah, managed to get a 1-1 draw. That's definitely more shocking for Chelsea than it is for Manchester United. But there you have it. Actually, I think it's a very good prediction from Angelina. I can't believe she predicted a 0-0. Anyway, those are all the predictions from the weekend. Make sure you check out everything else we've got going on OneFootball this week, including some more predictions for next weekend coming up on Friday as well. But until next time, I will see you guys later.